Well, hello there, Internet. So, I just got finished watching a video and it got me thinking about all of the things that people have said to me while just going about my regular day, that come up to me, random people in public, experiences that I've had, about people asking me why I'm in a wheelchair or how lucky I am to have wheels underneath my ass and don't have to worry about walking around like they do and getting tired of walking. Or people say, oh man, it must be nice to be sitting down all day long, isn't it? Or, um, when I'm driving up to the supermarket and I'm about to get my wheelchair out of my car, which I put in the passenger seat, and they start to come up to me like they're about to tell me why am I in that parking space, and then all of a sudden their face changes when they see my wheelchair starting to be put together next to my car, and they start to ask, "Can I help you with that?" And I'm just like, that's not what you were about to say. You were about to ask me why the hell am I parking in this spot because I don't look disabled while I'm driving in the driver's seat of my car. That one really gets me going sometimes. Um, Most recently, I had to bite my lip. I was talking to someone at work, and while I was working, the person came up to me and said, man, today's been a really long day, like, how do I get to this place? And I was just like, oh, it's right down that way. And they're like, oh man, like, I don't know if I can get that far. I've been walking all day long and my legs and my feet really hurt. And oh man, it must be lucky to have wheels underneath you and not have to worry about that. And one of my coworkers was standing right next to me. I bit my lip so hard that it actually started to bleed, and he almost slapped the person for saying that to me. I just could not believe those words came out of that person's mouth. It was absolutely disgusting. And they even put their hand on my shoulder when they said it. I felt so small and so, like, just angry and demeaned and just like, what the actual hell is going through this person's brain when they say that? I don't get it. Can someone please tell me why people think it's okay to say things like that to people in wheelchairs? I can't wrap my head around it, but I needed to share that story. This only happened like a couple weeks ago, and it took a long time for my lip to heal from biting it so damn hard. Um, you know how that expression, bite your lip? Yeah, it's true. Sometimes you have to bite your lip in order to not say something and get yourself fired from your job when there's a guest that says something like that to you. Also, something I've gotten was I tried to explain to someone why they couldn't see a certain attraction at my workplace. And they proceeded to go up to the next coworker and say, man, that guy in that wheelchair doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And something along the lines of, he's that lazy man sitting down over there doesn't know how to do his job, was how my coworker explained to me what the man said. And it took me weeks to get past being so angry internally that someone would look at me and think that I must be lazy because I'm sitting down, because I don't look like I should be disabled, because I am a healthy, strong man, and I just happen to be sitting down because of a traumatic spinal cord injury that I had 11 years ago. And it's so frustrating. So frustrating when people come up to you and they ask questions and they think that they deserve information that's they have no right to. Please, please someone tell me why you would go about your day and you don't talk to people, right? But you come across someone in a wheelchair, and when you're near them, you feel inclined to talk to them. Why? Just go about your day and ignore me like you ignore everybody else that you walk past, that you stand next to for longer than 30 seconds. You do not have to interact with us. Do you know how much pity that makes us feel that you have for us? Just because we're sitting down and you have to ask us, oh, how was your day? You know, like, how are you? Like, do you feel that uncomfortable around someone in a wheelchair that you have to talk to them just to make yourself feel better for being uncomfortable near us? I don't get it. Someone explain it to me, please. It's infuriating. And there's this just weird pressure I feel like people feel to ask questions that they don't need to ask. Like, oh, why are you in a wheelchair? Oh, hey, must be nice sitting down. Or, what happened to you? And it's like, are you going to go up to any stranger and ask them that kind of question? I mean, what the hell? Someone explain this to me, please. Why do people have to be so inappropriate? Why do you have to talk to us? What makes you feel inclined to my information about my injury or the reason why I'm sitting down? You're not going to come up to someone and say, oh, why do you have to wear glasses? Like, you know, it's duh, they have some kind of eye problem. Duh, right? And it's like, that's their personal medical information. Why do you need to know? Or, like, hey, why are you so fat? You know? It's like going up to a pregnant lady, right? And saying, why are you pregnant? You know? And it's like, well, so this one time I had sex with my husband and, you know, the sperm did its thing and, oh, look, now I have a baby. So it's like, why do you want to know someone's medical information? Or like, oh, is it a boy or a girl? Or like, that's none of your freaking business. You know, like, hey, what's your name? That's still none of your business. That's my personal information, you know? Like, would you go up to any random person and say, hey, what's your name? It's that you don't need that information. You don't deserve that information off the cuff from a stranger. Do not come up to someone in a wheelchair and say, hey, why are you in a wheelchair? Or, hey, what's your injury? You know, like, or any question of that sort that involves any kind of personal information. Do not go up to a stranger and ask them for their personal information. Thank you.